G'day guys, and welcome to the Ask a Pathfinder stream that we are going to be doing for just the countdown till the proposed playtest release. I'm just chilling here with you guys, and yeah, hopefully you guys are like myself, with very little to do besides sit here and wait ever patiently for the new release. I'm pretty excited. It's currently 8:30 p.m. Australia ways. So it's not too late, which is, kind of good. I think this would be a lot more painful if I was like some of you people who are up at like God knows what in the morning and trying to wait for the Paizo servers to come online just so you can sit there and watch them repeatedly die. Yeah, if you got anything you want to throw into the chat, I'll read it out and we'll have a great time keeping each other company while we wait for this this anxiety to slowly die down. First and foremost, what am I thinking? What am I kind of prepared for when it comes to this playtest? Because I honestly don't know what's going to be released. Obviously, we've seen kind of the photo images and stuff like that. So I'm hoping for something along the lines of, like the core rulebook that we have currently for first edition. I mean, it might be something else. But I honestly have no idea. I'm also kind of hoping that the guys who run the playtest will obviously get their voices heard. They will obviously get to a point where people are giving feedback, and the staff at Paizo are pretty good at responding to what the players want. I'm kind of hoping that they're not too far gone in one direction, that if like everyone turned around and said something like, we don't want alignment, right? We just want it gone. It's caused so much problems. Everyone hates it. That they're open-minded enough to go, oh, you know what? Sure, let's get rid of it. I know I've already got a couple of ideas that I'd really like to explore. Not that I have any problems with Second Ed, having not played it yet, but I've had a couple of ideas which I'd really like to see implemented in the new edition, mostly because I think it follows the same style that they're currently going for. The one thing I'd really love to do is to get rid of the idea of the paladin and replace it instead with the idea of a crusader. So, a crusader could work for any church. So in the similar way that you have the clerics who can work for good and evil gods, you would have the crusader who could also work for good and evil gods. And all it would come down to is like, well, yes, a crusader of Asmodeus, for example, would function like an anti-paladin does currently. And if you are a crusader of Shaylin, you could be you could look at being a good paladin type thing. Alternatively, you could become a crusader of a organization rather than a church, in which case you'd look at something akin to a cavalier, and you would be, kind of strengthened in that way. So I think that's pretty cool, and, I'd like to see something like that happen, or at least I'd like to see them stay open-minded enough that if something like that was suggested, they kind of explore it. But again, no guarantees because, we've got ages, we got months. Also, hi to everyone who's watching. Again, I hope you guys like me are just sitting here because you've got nothing better to do at this time of day, or night, or evening. It's evening for me. It's terrible. We are at 23 minutes and 15 seconds, which is, aggravating. I have no idea why I thought it would be a good idea to sit here in front of you guys streaming while watching this countdown slowly dig at my anxiety, because every time I'm going to stop and check it, I'm going to be like, God damn it, it's only been 2 minutes. Why has it only been 2 minutes? But yeah, so that's where we're at. Yeah, like I said, again, feel free to chat in the old chatty chat box, and I'll say hi and talk about stuff. Actually, you know what? I will tell you about some of the ideas I have for my current games, because, I've kind of really wanted to hit the playtest super hard this run, and I'm going to do 3 things with this. First of all, I'm obviously going to work on the module that they're going to release, right? So I'm all for trying the what's it called? The blarg. Brain fart. You know what? I may as well just look it up. Paizo, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. It is the something pyramid. Here we go. Doomsday Dawn. That's it. Nothing to do with pyramids. The Doomsday Dawn. So I'm definitely going to be running that adventure for my group at some point or another. In addition, I'm going to be running a couple of pre-existing 1E games. So I'm really hoping to do the Price of Greed trilogy, which is the Crypt of the Everflame, the Mask of the Mask of the something, and the City of Golden Death. Reason being is one of the things I want to test out is I want to test out how the game works with backwards compatibility. Like, is it going to be something that we have to ignore all of our 1E stuff, or can we actually port some of the things and abilities that we get into the new system? At the very least, I'm hoping monsters can be ported, because, I mean, there are 6 bestiaries, and obviously every single adventure path to date has, tons of monsters and things, and I'd love to be able to use them. I find that, obviously coming off Starfinder, that one of the biggest things that I regret about Starfinder was the fact that they waited so long before the Alien Archive. And now this only really affects people like me who are, apparently full of hormones and whatever have you, and need to play immediately. But I not having the Alien Archive and not having the ability to play around with monsters as quickly as I wanted to, kind of did jade my view on it a little bit, because I was like, well, okay, well, what's the difference between this soldier and that soldier? Or, okay, I'm going to make up an alien, and the alien has tentacles, and it attacks people with its face. I had no idea. So when the Alien Archive hit, I was very happy about that. But in the similar fashion, if the Pathfinder playtest is released, and obviously it needs a particular type of monster for its bestiary, and you don't have that, well, it kind of limits what you can do with the system right out the gate. So I'm hoping that there is going to be some backwards compatibility with at least the monsters from 1E. So yeah, there's that. The third thing I'm going to do, apart from obviously checking out the backwards compatibility, and of course checking out the new module, is I'm going to be playing around with different, I suppose, interchangeable systems. So, and go with me on this. Also, g'day Jason, and g'day from Australia, I guess. One of the things someone mentioned in the forums was whether or not there was going to be some sort of interaction between Starfinder and the Pathfinder playtest. Now, there are some similarities, which are really good. And I kind of want to figure out if you could take the mechanics of 2nd Ed and use it with some of the mechanics from Starfinder to create a sort of interchangeable science fiction version of 2nd Ed. I know it's kind of weird, and, that's kind of an out there thing, but you know what? If you're going to put something through its paces, you got to try the weird stuff. You've got to see, like, how hard is it to do this, or how easy is it to do that. If you guys have any ideas for what characters you want to play, leave them in the chat. I'd love to hear what you guys are keen on trying out. I know for me, I'm a huge fan of the Alchemist, and I'm definitely keen on doing that. When it comes to what I'm going to play first, or what I'm going to try first, I've got to say this. I have always been a fan of playing characters that are supposedly the worst at something, right? Now, how can I give you an example? Like for example, the idea of a dwarven wizard. Something that doesn't actually give you a benefit to being a wizard always fascinated me. It was just one of those things that I was just always interested in. What if you make a halfling your strength-based barbarian? What if you make a Vesk who can do technomancy? Can you survive with penalties to your primary stat? Was always one of the big questions. So playing an alchemist, I'd want to see which race penalizes your intelligence, and probably try that. And of course, knowing my luck, it's most likely going to be the goblin. Even though, I kind of wanted to steer away from the iconic, but it seems that everyone loves the idea of having goblins as PCs. I love the idea. I mean that you can already use them as PCs, and there's this whole big thing on. I remember when they announced it, it was like this, I don't know, this uproar, I guess, on goblins. Why are they playable characters? What do you mean they're not evil? Rah-de-rah-de-rah, torches and pitchforks, torches and pitchforks. I don't care, honestly. I mean, I've had monstrous characters on my table. I've had people play goblins in the past. And I mean, if anyone in the audience has played it, We Be Goblins is an amazing game, you know? Why would you not want to capitalize on that? Why would you not want to really take hold of, you know, like one of the iconic creatures from Pathfinder? I mean, look at this little guy. Isn't he cute? I think he's over here. Is he over here? I don't know. I can't see where my green screen is. Okay, so let's see. From Jason, my first character is going to be a catfolk barbarian. So barbarian was okay. Oh, so okay. So your very first character, like your first character role playing and stuff like that. That's a great idea, and that's honestly like a massive homage to like your origins, and I love that. I love that idea. I started gaming in Forgotten Realms, and the character I made to begin with was a Yuan-ti dragon shaman, I think, something like that, and it kind of made me sad that it was very hard to make dragon shamans in Pathfinder originally. And of course there were no Yuan-ti. Instead you had like kind of the serpent folk, but they're not really an interchangeable race like the Yuan-ti were. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, if I were to sort of go with that logic, I would definitely like to make probably something like a Nagaji, I guess, or a lizard folk, and probably closest equivalent, given that there is no Magus apparently at the moment, and rangers have lost their spells, so you know there's that. Oh geez, what would be the Gish character? I mean, paladins maybe a Gish. I mean, obviously there's going to be no Inquisitors to kick off with. Yeah, you know what? I'd probably go, if I could play anything at the start, it would probably be a lizard folk, lizard wizard. You know, I don't know. That'd probably be it. Multi-classing rules. You know, funny you mentioned that. I literally just finished filming an episode of Ask a Pathfinder's Advice today, going over multi-classing in 1E. Now, I know one of the reasons Douglas is asking this is because I released a rather scathing opinion towards towards the original multi-classing stuff. Honestly, look, I mean, I grew up with 3.0, 3.5. I loved multi-classing, okay? Like, it was something that you just did. It was all about theory building and working towards, you know, your prestige classes, and I loved it. Pathfinder didn't really follow it, and Second Ed is kind of pushing it backwards even more by almost assimilating the idea of multi-classing into archetypes. And if you've actually read Pathfinder Unchained as it is currently, on page 88 you'll find a variant rule on multi-classing, which almost screams what they were trying to do with Second Ed. So yeah, I mean, definitely check that out if you want to take a look at the multi-classing rules, or at least where it's based off in Second Ed. I know Starfinder has a creature like the Yuan-ti. Yeah, no, they are. They're there's the Reptoids, and then there is, I feel like there is another one. You are correct, there is a few there. But, I don't know, I mean, like, the Yuan-ti and the Serpent Folk kind of do fit in that same category for me. But I don't know what it is. Like, it's like Forgotten Realms, you know, like, you have certain things you're attached to, and yes, you can make a Paladin elf, but that does not make you a champion of Corellian Lotharian, and, you know, I don't know, it's a vibe, it's a feel. What races and classes are available in the playtest? That is an excellent question. All of the iconics have been announced, so halflings, dwarves, elves, humans, blah, 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 blah. Goblins as well have made it onto that list, but I believe, if memory serves, that there is something happening with the half-breeds. I don't quite remember, and I'll admit that. My memory is not great at the moment. But last I heard that they were doing something similar to, like, you did have the ability to be a half-elf and a half-orc, but you would need to take certain feats or features to expand them into more half-orcy or more half-elfy. So there was that. Classes are also the standard ones, with the addition of the alchemist being put into the mainstream. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So you've got like the alchemist, the bard, the barbarian, the cleric, the druid, the fighter, the monk, the paladin, the ranger, the rogue, the sorcerer, and the wizard, I believe, are the full set. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Jason. You were dead on with that one. And did I get them all right? I did. Look at that. Top of my head. Love that. Okay. Yeah, no. So yeah, no, they're the current ones that are out and about at the moment. Yeah. Sorry, as Jason says right there. For a half elf and a half orc, you would pick the human race, and then you would take the heritage feat associated with that. So yeah. Yep. I knew they were doing something with it. I just knew that it was one of those things where I looked at it, my eyes kind of rolled into the back of the head, and I went, I'll look into heritage when we get to that, because apparently you can be a half goblin, potentially. So good luck with that. No idea how well that'll work. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, everything in the core rulebook plus the alchemist. Fantastic. Which is really good. Honestly though, okay, on a side note with that, I am very surprised they didn't put in the Magus, right? Like if you really think about it, right, they've got the main stake group, and they've kept everything reasonably close to the original ideas that they had, but they've removed spellcasting from the ranger, and they've turned bards into like full-blown spellcasters. So I mean, paladins are like the only Gish class at the moment, so they're the only ones who can do a little bit of combat and a little bit of magic. So I was very surprised at that, and I thought maybe, I don't know, maybe they should have gone with that as well instead of the alchemist. But you know what? I'm an alchemist fan, and I'm not disappointed in the slightest that the alchemist is the way that they went with that. Okay, so we got one here, and for what I read, something other than human. Yeah, something with something. X plus Y, where Y equals a human, gives you some sort of horrible amalgamation of something else. It is good to see that humans, as a base mainstay, are not only being the most versatile group, but now apparently they can also be mated with. They are the proverbial ditto of the Pathfinder universe. For those of you who play Pokemon, I hope you get that reference. But yeah, that'll be kind of interesting. All right, so we're at 9 minutes and 38 seconds. So I'm still excited. I'm still very anxious. I'm still watching this clock off the corner of my eye. If you see me looking here, that's because I'm like cheating and being like, even though like if I look here, I'm like looking down, but I know that that's where my actual timer is. So I need to like lift up my monitor and put it up there, but I'm not gonna. All right. Hermia, the great experiment worked. Yes. No, terrible things. All right. Return of the Rune Lords, which is coming out. Very excited about that because, of course, Rise of the Rune Lords was my favorite AP. I mean, I've run it like maybe 13 times. I even did a Guinness World Record for it, running Rise of the Rune Lords from start to finish over 83 hours. Which I'm still kind of working on that on the technical side of things, just more collaborating information and stuff. But fingers crossed, I will be in the Guinness World Book of Records soon. And obviously, Rise of the Rune Lords led into Shattered Star, which I'm currently playing, loving it by the way. And then obviously Return of the Rune Lords being the trilogy of that story. I loved that story. I mean, oh my god, like, I honestly cannot wait for that to happen. But more to the point is after that adventure path, after the, 6 months that'll come through with that adventure, we are going to be looking at the grasp of the tyrant, which, there can only mean one thing. For those of you who have been playing Pathfinder in its setting since the beginning, there's only one thing the grasp of the tyrant can mean, and that is, of course, the Whispering Tyrant gets to come out and play at the end of what is effectively an era. Not an era. Well, an era. The Age of Lost Omens may perhaps come to an end with the final conclusion of this adventure path. So I'm excited. I'm super excited, especially at this time of night. I shouldn't be excited. My girlfriend's in the other room, and hopefully I won't get too excited when I manage to get the playtest. As I do, just to let you guys know, so once we hit that 0 point, I'm going to be playing the let's sit here and hit F5 over and over and over again game. And doing so will hopefully yield some result, and I will hopefully end up with a copy of the playtest tonight. If I do, then I will most certainly sit here for I'm not even joking. I am going to legitimately do that. Not because I, want to, but because all of you are doing it. So I have to do it because I am not a strong-willed man. With any luck, if I get it today, I will go through it a little bit, just like kind of a quick flick through, with you guys in the live chat. If not, what I will do is I will do a video separately and review it and fully go into it later. Alright, so let's have a look. So, Shattered Star actually had some dungeons. I find APs are better with dungeons. Yes, you know what? I'm going to give Paizo credit where Paizo deserves credit. I think their actual dungeon designers and their actual challenges in those contexts are really great. I actually have had a lot of fun. I mean, I think that's what Rise of the Runelords and Shattered Star really leaned on. It was that idea that you could go exploring dungeons and go into deep caverns and find hidden tombs and treasures and stuff. That just worked. That'll actually work really good. It was sad that Tactics won't likely have a physical copy till Wednesday. Yes, that is very sad. For those of you who do not know, CN Resonance, who most likely comes from Perth, like I do, our gaming store is called Tactics. Big shout out to you guys, because you guys, look, you guys don't sponsor me, but I love you guys. If you are in the Perth area and you ever get the chance to, there's a place called London Court in Perth, Western Australia. Down the bottom of London Court in the city is a tiny little dungeon, and that is where we buy all our games and stuff. It is so hard to find Pathfinder material here where I live. It's really hard to find a good RPG community, but these guys are really nice. The staff are awesome and incredible. Big shout out to you guys. Yes, it is very sad that we won't get a physical copy for a while. Technically my wallet will probably thank them, but it's sad. But I live in a desert country, so there you go. They have really good ecologies as well. Absolutely, Douglas. I think the Pathfinder ecology is just like mind-blowing. Like, I think the amount of effort whoever runs the cartography and like ecosystems and stuff like that should freaking get a medal. Like, there are just some things that I sit there and I think, wow, that is ingenious how these things work together. That is, oh my god, that just makes so much sense. So yeah, I'm very pleased with a lot of that. I think the most interesting thing I saw was the relationship between the giants in Irison. Irison? Yeah, the trolls and the giants in Irison, and their kind of relationship with the witches, and how like they were very susceptible to influence, and then the fairies that live in the area. And it created this very kind of Russian, Scandinavian kind of medieval Icevindale kind of place. I loved it. It was great. No, I'm very happy with the setting. Like, my favorite setting is Pathfinder. Not to say that I don't have my own. I just really love the Pathfinder one. Strange Aeon's book 1 is the best dungeon he's since the Sunless Citadel. That's a big call. You know what? The Sunless Citadel is indeed one of my favorite dungeons. And the insane asylum you found in Strange Aeons. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit's due here. I thought it was a really great adventure, great dungeon. But I don't know how much of that was down to my dungeon master and how much of it was done to the dungeon. Because what I tend to do when I get an adventure path is I put it on a shelf and I basically skim it for the barest minimum things, like monsters, magic items, and that's it. And I don't learn anything about the adventure in case someone wants to run it for me. Strange Aeons was one of those ones where someone ran it for me and he did an amazing job. He had like a soundboard with, lightning effects and these strange monstrous rolls and stuff like that. And I think he did a great job. And I don't know, like, because it was just an asylum, I don't know how much, of the stuff was kind of he added in, or how much stuff was just in the AP. But I'll take your word. Strange Aeons itself, like as the adventure, is a great adventure. I mean, I love Call of Cthulhu. I love Lovecraft. I love all of that horror stuff. Horror is like my trigger word, and I just Okay, sorry, I got weird. Okay, we are coming in on the 2-minute mark now. I'm sort of I'm on the edge of my seats here. Ah, man, I am. I need to figure out something to talk about for 2 minutes. Let's talk about the artwork. I like artwork. Artwork's great. Oh, actually, you know what? No. Let's talk about the book. Okay, so some of you know that Amazon had a bit of an issue distributing the books on time because what they wanted was they wanted everyone to have a physical copy of the book in their hands by tonight or today. I think that was very ambitious, and I was glad that they tried it. But you know what? The PDF is free. Everyone who's getting a hard copy will still get a hard copy. And like myself, if you're a collector, you know, it's not exactly like I'm ever going to open it. I did get the deluxe edition, just like I got the deluxe edition for Starfinder. And with that, I you know, fingers crossed, will never have to touch it. It's a beautiful thing. And yeah, I was just, yeah, super excited to have it and just grab hold and, you know, say, yes, I have this. Now the Pathfinder, obviously, Pathfinder 2nd Ed might go through changes. So, you know, if you don't have a hard copy, you know, don't stress too much. With any luck, when the actual launch happens sometime next year, we'll all get a brand shiny new copy of a very filled out and fleshed out edition. All right, so with 30 seconds to go, let's just hit a couple more questions. Falls in the go for a long walk trap book for 3 and 4. Yes, complex. I think absolutely the full Strange Aeons thing is a very intricate game. That's very worth playing. Getting the advanced map pack today, soft cover. Fair enough. You know, if you got the soft cover, you got it. All right, so we're at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Playtest time! Whoa, okay, everything's going off. Okay, stop that. All right, let's refresh this. See how we go. And we are chugging. Oh yeah, we are definitely chugging. We got one of these is going. Oh, here we go. Download all. Do it. Obey me. Oh, okay. We got some positive things here. Hold on, let me see if I can't okay, this is gonna get weird for a second. Alright, there we go. Alright. Okay, it is up. It's doing a thing. As you can see, it is it's definitely doing a thing. Am I going to be running at this year's SHO? That is an excellent question. I have been invited to do the Southern Hemisphere Open again. I would very much like to run a panel, but I was a little bit disappointed with how they kind of treated the role-playing game group last year. I did ask that they sort of, you know, ask a Pathfinder up and have a few posters. And then last year they put us up on the second story of the Ascot Racecourse here in Perth and had no signage or anything telling anyone was up there, and I was kind of annoyed at that. So this year I said if I'm going to come, and I'll happily come for free if you know, if they can't afford me. I wanted to run it at you know, with you know, proper people showing up, you know. So I told them, you know, if you want me to run it for free, put some signage, tell everyone that I'm going, point them up this way, and you know, if they do that, then I'll, yeah, absolutely be running at the Southern Hemisphere Open. Also, that's awesome, Douglas, that you get to run in Perth, Scotland. You won't believe how many times people get that confused. It's like, yes, there is a Perth in Scotland, and there is indeed a Perth in Australia. I don't know which is more popular, but you know. All right, you know what? Just for the sake of it, I am also going to attempt to download the... Oh, let's just move this one over here. I'm also going to attempt to download the core rulebook alone to see if that works. All right, it's still preparing its download. I wonder how many people are like just button mashing right now. I know all you guys are. Good. Let's see. Yes, no, that's true. Yeah, people are not creative with names. You know who the least creative people with names is pirates, right? And yeah, for those of you who watch Pirates of the Caribbean, you know, Skull Cove, Skull Cavern, Skull River. Come on, baby. Oh, watching my little load screen. My little load screen likes to try and load, but doesn't do well because I live in Australia and my internet is slow. All right. Oh, that, what? Hey, come back. No, what happened? Okay, I had a download. For download all, now went to. Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa, yeah. Oh, ready? Click again to begin download. Let's try again. Oh, I'm downloading something. Yes. Okay. Hang on. Let me. Is that better? I hope that fixed it. Okay. All right. So I've got the core rulebook, I think. So that's. This download contains all Pathfinder playtest files indicated in this list. Okay, I don't know what this list entails, but I am downloading something. I am downloading a thing. I am happy. All right, here we go. Cool, let's have a look. Let's open this up. All right, opening files. Trying not to show you guys too much of my incredibly messy desktop. All right, let's open this up a bit. So give me 2 seconds while I just fiddle around with some stuff. Okay, boom, boom. Ah, God, why? Okay, boom. Okay, and then I will open that. Boom. Haha. Okay. Just give me a second while I hide some stuff. Yes, that can go away. Sorry, I'm my own editor at the moment, so I kind of have to weed through this stuff very slowly, and I do apologize because I am not a very technical person by nature. Okay, and there we have it. We have what looks to be the Pathfinder core rulebook. Hooray! All right, let's take a quick flick through this. So yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that I feel like they took it down. The thing that said like, hey, do you wanna download all the stuff, and replaced it with just the core rulebook for the time being. Because people like myself all clambered for that one. All right, so we were obviously at the core rulebook, but we've seen plenty of these pages. We've seen tons of them. We need not see these anymore. All right, so table of contents, cool, basic concept, character creation, ability scores. Okay, the dwarf, the elf, the gnome, the goblin, the halfling, the human, backgrounds and languages. All right, so cool. Yeah, they're all the ones that we thought were going to be in there. All the classes, as we thought. Skills, all right. Now, for those of you who had been watching the blog, what was I even going to say? For those of you who had been watching my Facebook page, I already kind of showed you guys these, but yeah, it looks like they've stuck with the skills that they had from that stream, which who's surprised at that? No one's surprised at that. I'm not surprised at it. All right, then we've got general feats, equipment, spells, advancement and options, archetypes, animal companions, deities. So there's a little bit of setting stuff here. Okay, that's kind of cool. Playing the game, so perception, encounter mode, basic actions, movement positions. Oh wow, okay, so another interesting thing here is that they've condensed they've condensed actually playing the game to what is effectively what is it? It's like 30 pages? Yeah, so 30 pages. That's actually not half bad. I mean, think about it. If you can explain this game in like 30 pages, like how to play, you're doing pretty good. All right, so game mastering. So I don't know what they do between. Yeah, okay. So, running modes of play, difficulty classes, rewards, environment. Fair enough. Then treasures. So there's a whole bunch of treasures, which is cool. For those of you who are perceptive as I am, page 376 to page 414 is magic items. So it looks like there is going to be a substantial amount of magic items. So yeah. All right. Let's continue our flick through. This isn't really a flick through. Welcome to Pathfinder. In your hands you hold the Pathfinder. I am so not reading this, but yes. Introduction. Welcome. What is role-playing games? Game flow, players, game masters, blah 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 blah. How do I play? What do I do? How do I wear? You know, all these sorts of things. That's kind of cool. Bloop. Oop, I totally didn't do. I did something. I don't know. There we go. Bloop. Basic concept. Reading this book. Modes of play, acting and effects. Okay, so that's cool. Goes through that. Dice rolls, format of the rules elements. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty standard. Key terms that we'll need to know. More key terms. Character creation. All right. Actually, I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to take a moment here, and I'm going to have a look at this. And yes, by the way, Wayne Reynolds' art is incredible. I am a huge Wayne Reynolds fan. I actually accidentally insulted him once, and I feel like I know he doesn't know who I am, and I hope he never knows who I am. But when he made the artwork for Ultimate Intrigue, I actually commented on something like I can't even remember what it was. It was something like the Vigilante. I don't know, something about the Vigilante, and I just like, oh, right, no. I said the Vigilante that they're using is a new guy called Red Hawk, and I was like, it's such a shame that they didn't decide to use Blackjack from the Curse of the Crimson Throne adventure path. And then he actually responded, Wayne Reynolds actually responded, sorry about that, yeah, they only told me what they needed, and I just felt so bad. I was like, oh my god, Wayne Reynolds actually read my thing, and I said a dumb. Okay. Alright, so ancestry, background. Okay, so yeah, ancestry looks like it's gonna pretty much fall into the same thing as themes, pretty much. Classes, choosing your ancestry, you got your character sheet, choosing your background. No, backgrounds are gonna be traits. That's kind of cool. Finalize your ability scores. Alright. See, because what I want to figure out is if they went with the Starfinder point buy system, because I really like that, and I really want them to use it. That art is absolutely amazing, by the way. Look, take a look at that. That is, holy hell, that is some elven armor right there. All right, finishing the details. No, there's alignment. There you are, like a giant festering wound sitting on my RPG. All right, fine. We'll give it a fair go as per usual, but all right. So bulk, probably like Starfinder, still there. Melee strikes, saving throws, resonance points. Resonance points, for those of you who haven't been following the blogs, is going to be looking at basically using it for your magical abilities. How much inherent magical power does a character have? Let's see. The bestiary looks to be base text, so it's so tiny. Oh, okay. I got my D&D start in 4E, never looked at 3.5. His art alone drew me to Pathfinder. Fair enough, man. Look, 3.5 was how I got into Pathfinder, but if it's Wayne Reynolds, yeah, it's good enough. He works for Magic the Gathering as well, so if you've ever played Magic the Gathering, you've more than likely come across plenty of his cards. Alright, so ability scores, here we go. So, generating ability scores. Your character's ability score starts at 10, then you apply the ability scores and boosts. Yep, okay, cool. Step-by-step instruction. Start with 10. Done. Add ancestral boosts and flaws. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Optional. Voluntary flaws. You can play people with voluntary flaws. By the way, guys, voluntary flaws. Very good idea. Do this every once in a while. Also, is that Maurizio? I don't know. I can't tell. That kind of looks like a dude. Maybe that's just me. Does that look like a dude to anyone else? Maybe it's her brother. Oh, she's got a brother. That'd be so cool. And he's a slayer. I don't know. 2 background ability boosts. Okay, yep. 4 free ability points. So you add that. 1 class ability point. And then you record it. Alright, so it's slightly different. But it does look like you cannot reduce your ability score. And that's the bit I liked. I like the fact that you can't tank a skill, or sorry, you can't tank an ability score in order to boost up something else. So that was good. And then you've got the optional rolling abilities and all the other stuff that we've grown accustomed to and everyone loves. Ancestries and backgrounds. Okay, this is going to be how we read it. What? Okay, yeah. Terribly sorry. I just skipped over the dwarves, which look really cool. And they have hit points, just like you expected. Starfinder also does the same thing. Ancestry feats. Alright, so this is what you get. And then we have the elves. The elves look very much like elves, except they're kind of identical to one another, except one has darker eyeshadow. I'm not sure if that's the boy or the girl. Okay, so, yep, elves, ancestry feats. The gnomes! Ah, yes, no, excellent. I love the gnomes. Actually, you know what? I haven't noticed halflings. I didn't notice halflings. Did you notice halflings? I didn't notice halflings. Goblins! Holy shit, they actually look completely identical to me. I know that's racist in like kind of a weird way, but look at them! They're identical! Oh, they're cute. I love it. Burn it. Of course, that's an ancestry feat. Just burn it. Oh, there we go. Halflings. Good. Yeah, there we go. I must have been blind. I didn't see halflings for some reason. Halflings are really cool. I actually have a friend of mine who only exclusively plays halflings for some reason. He says he doesn't, but we all know he does. You know who you are if you're watching this. Humans. Humans! I love humans. Humans are so underrated. Everyone should play a human at least once. Ethnicity. Ooh, okay. So you got ethnicities. That's kind of cool. No actual mechanical benefit, but it's really cool to know what you look like. And so, yeah, they've included that. And they've also added in the half-elf and half-orc stuff and the ancestry feats from that. Half-orc ancestry, half-elf ancestry, and then we got the backgrounds. Okay. I like the backgrounds. Backgrounds look cool. Yeah. So, who were you before you became an adventurer? Is there an adventure one? No, you can't start as an adventurer. You have to start as something else. Go be something else before you go out adventuring. Oh, that's kind of a small list, but I imagine they'll expand it as time goes on. Languages, okay. Hey, wait, whoa. Sign language? Oh, okay. Okay. And there's a read lips ability. Oh, I like this. I do like this. Okay, languages in the game, regional language. By the way, my favorite piece of art from the race books here. I do dig that one. Classes. Okay, so going into classes, playing each of them. Proficiencies, signature skills, advancement tables. The Alchemist. Alright, so that's pretty rad. Got the Alchemist. Blah. Studied resonance. Yada. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and read through them all, but it looks like it functions very similar to the Starfinder one, where you've got your let's have a look. You've got your alchemy advancement, which is your alchemy stuff, and your... Geez, how does it even work? Your level. Yeah. Okay, so you get your level, and then you got your class abilities. But how do skills work? Are they on the other page? They're here. Are they here? They got the hit points, perceptions, trained, saving throws. Okay, so I'll need to read up on saving throws. And then you've got, the trained skills. Oh, okay. So they've really minimized everything here. So that's kind of rad. All right, so let's keep moving. So you got the alchemist feats, which is what you can take. We then have the barbarian stuff. Yep, barbarian feats. Oh, damn. If she wasn't going to cut my head off, right? So sexy. The bard. Oh, love Lem. Lem is also one of my favorite characters as the Iconics. Love Lem. Yeah, okay, so we've got like the basic stuff of the bard. Again, bardic advancements. Spells, 9th level spell casting, so that's pretty cool. Bardic lore, things like that. Cleric, okay, cool. Playing a cleric, role-playing cleric, divine spell casting, cleric advancement, spells per day, okay, so, yeah, cool. Deities, oh, okay. So they're dedicating a whole thing to this. Okay, so areas of concern. Okay, so instead of... Okay, no, they do have domains as well. So they have domains, they have areas of concern, they have alignment, they have the channeling based on the deity, which I love. I love that idea. That is awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Fantastic. And you get some spells based on the god you worship. That's kind of cool. Yeah, all right. It might make playing a cleric in your own homebrew setting interesting if you want to be changing or making them different. Oh, by the way, thank you for Jason for hanging on. You know, we'll catch you later, and do keep in touch and stuff, because we will be running live playtests for Pathfinder and checking things out. I think we're going to be doing one this week with a couple of celebrity friends as well, and then uploading that as soon as we're done. So be sure to check that out, man. All right, so deities continue, domains, so that's pretty cool. Cleric feats, as we expected. Oh, like that artwork. The druid, again, playing a druid, advances, looks pretty good. Yep. Animal companion. So I'm interested to figure out how the animal companion sits. So I'm gonna definitely have a better look at that and figure that out. Fighter, yep. Now, the fighter apparently has a lot more... Yeah, there we go. So the feats for the fighter apparently are a lot more intuitive when it comes to combat. And it hopefully will provide a whole bunch of new, different methods of fighting beyond just saying, oh yeah, I swing my sword, I deal damage. So I'm very happy and excited to try that out. Valoros is also a very favorite character of mine. I love the fact that he runs around drunk as all hell. Especially if you've read the comic books. If you haven't read the comic books, definitely pick some of them up and check them out. The Goblins ones are good too. The Monk, yep. So the Monk, again, playing a Monk. Flurry of Blows is still there, which is always good to see. Fierce Flurry, blah, 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 blah. More stances. Okay, cool. So they've combined stances into the actual Monk itself, which is good. Wind stance, Quivering stance, Tanglefoot, Forest Drake. I love how these kind of all sound like moves from like Dragon Ball Z. You know, like Diamond Fist, Swift River, Impossible Technique. Paladin. I love the Paladin too. I love all of this. I love the system. All right, so Paladin advancement, Deific Weapon. Okay. Champion's powers, skill feats. Yep. So pretty combat heavy these feel. I didn't see spells though, so no spells. No spells. There you go. So they went the way of the ranger, I guess, and the champion kind of characters like the ranger and the paladin had the spells taken from them. Not a bad idea. I mean, I just hope that what they've put in is halfway decent. Hunting and quarries being a thing, and the snares. I also still have an animal companion, which is important. Full-grown companion, yada yada yada. The rogue. Okay, let's have a look first of all. Where is it? Skills. 10 plus your intelligence modifier. Are you for real? Are you for real? Why do they need more? Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine, I guess. Why not have more? Have more, you rogue, you. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, denying advantage, which... Oh, right. So that's another thing. Denying advantage, apparently... So the current rules in first edition is that if you win the initiative, that anyone who goes after you does not have... is flat-footed against you. However, that ability is now only available to the rogue, so that's kind of cool. G'day, Invincible. Welcome to the joy of actually me getting this this thing before Paizo probably crashes. Unless they haven't crashed, in which case, kudos to Paizo. Yeah, nothing sucks more than when you can't get your stuff. Rogue feats look interesting. Again, I think it's all about really pressing that advantage. Okay, no, I swear to God. All right, I swear that this is a completely different elf. Okay, I want you guys to remember this. So this is page 122. This elf, right? Look at it. Look at it. Take it in. Take it in. And then we go back to here, right? They're dressed the same, but it's definitely a dude and it's definitely someone else. I'm so curious now if that is related to Maurizio. I gotta stop fangasming over this stuff. Okay, back to the rogue. Alright, keep pressing on. I can't stay up all night. The sorcerer, okay, cool. I'm very interested in this one. Sorcerer spell casting. Spells per day. I don't see yeah, spells per day. So, what the hell happened? Let me have a quick look. Place material components with sympathetic casting components. You don't need to make a component. Each day you cast a 2. You must be supposed to cast them. You increase your level. Not much spells in here. Okay. Alright, so it looks as though they don't have spontaneous casting and prepared casting. It seems like the sorcerer and the wizard perhaps cast in similar fashions now. Okay. I mean, I'm not against the idea. I just, like, if that's the case, I don't know why they didn't just consolidate the idea and make sorcerers and wizards kind of the same thing. Like, I like the idea of the arcanist from advanced classes, so why they didn't go with that, I'll have no idea. By the way, if you guys have anything you want me to stop and analyze and have a look at, leave it in the chat, because, you know, again, I'm just pouring through this as quickly as I can, but if you guys have something you want me to look at, then say so. Okay, yeah, the wizard has their schools. They have counterspell. I like counterspell. Counterspell's fun. Nothing's more fun than denying people. Yes, they have different spell lines based on their bloodline. Okay, let's have a just quick look at that. So you got the different bloodlines. Is there anywhere that it says what the bloodline? Reading a bloodline can automatically give you... Alright, here we go. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So we got the different bloodlines there that give you your different spells. Okay. Alright. Okay, so that's not bad. But I think they might work as domains rather than actual, than a set list. So you have a set list, but then you also have the expanded list from your bloodline. At least that's what I think, or what I can see. Again, I will look deeper into this. Wizards, again, schools of magic, counterspelling things, very cool. Skills, alright. Acrobatics, balance, escape, grab, edge, which is a reaction. Heard about that one. That one, if you potentially fall off a ledge, you can just grab on. Maintain balance, squeeze, tumble. Cool, easy. Arcana, what does it mean, trained uses? Trained uses. Is that like, are you going to tell me what that is? No? Skill uses. Untrained. Okay. Maneuver in flight. So maybe if you train to use these things, you can also use it for other things. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I'm not going to go through all of them as at the same time, but there's one thing I do want to look at. I want to look at where does riding things come in? Like if you were to ride an animal. Demoralize, coerce, Here we go. Knowledge, nature is to command an animal and handle an animal. Does that include ride an animal? Is there another? No, that's it. So command or, yeah, I imagine. Okay, so I'm just going to guess that nature apparently is now not only handle animal, knowledge and knowledge, you know, about animals and stuff, but also the ability for you to ride them, I guess. Okay, yeah, all right. So skimming through the skills, lots of skills. Just pausing on nature real quick. Oh, actually, you know, let's have a look at medicine real quick. Administer first aid. When a creature's at 0 hit points, you stabilize them. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Treat disease, treat poison. Oh, so you can't treat deadly wounds anymore. Awesome. So you can't actually heal people. I mean, that's not great. I think that's kind of lame. I mean, bringing them up to 1 hit point is fine, but I mean, being able to restore hit points when you're out of spells was useful as a skill, and I don't know why that's been taken off, but, you know. Whatever. Goes into the playtest. Command animal, blah, 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 blah. Command animal, as you do, understand some commands. Yeah, there's still nothing about riding either, so, you know, gonna have to check that out. Oh, that's awesome. That's a Hell Knight, by the way. Love the artwork. Oh, love Hell Knights. Okay. Religion, blah, 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 blah. Stealth, general feats. Alright, so we got some general feats here. Okay, not bad. There's only 2 that I'm looking for, and I'm hoping to never see them, and that is point blank and precise shot. Deception, intimidate, nature. Is that combat skills? No? Non-skill feats. So that would be those ones. Toughness. Good! Good! There is no point blank and precise shot. I am so happy. You have no idea how happy it makes me that they are not feats anymore. They are the bane of every single ranged character I've ever made, and I hate them. I hate them as a feat. I hate how much you have to dip into them. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. Okay. Jog. Again, I'll make a thing and talk about these in a bit more detail once I've poured through this. Equipment, coins and currencies, stuff like that. Items, armors and shields. Okay. Some basic stuff. Padded leather, studded, chain. Yep, full plate. Cool. Price is 300. Maybe it's just me, but I think the money values have just taken a bit of a spike downwards. So that's interesting. I wonder if there's a wealth by level thing. Is there? No. No, it's still the same prices. Maybe they've just changed the economy a bit. So that'll be straight up interesting. Okay, weapon damage. Cool. Alright. Yep. That looks pretty cool. Based on SP instead of GP. That's a good idea, honestly. I don't see that as a bad, a bad way to take it, because, yeah, why not? I mean, I felt silver pieces and copper pieces were garbage up until a point. So, yeah, no, I approve. I greatly approve. No, that's cool. Yep, weapon stuff. Critical specialization effects. Yep, gear, adventuring gear. Lots of adventuring gear. Whew. 3,000 silver pieces. Come on. I feel at that point you should just tell them how many platinum pieces it is. It's like 30 platinum. Just, yeah. Make it simple. 3,000 silver pieces. You kidding me? Okay. Fishing tackle, all the stuff. Basic stuff. Hirelings, transportation, spellcasters. How much are you worth? How much are you worth as an adventurer? Let's see. If I want to rent a riding horse, it'll cost me 1 silver. If I want to hire an adventurer, then it will be his level. No, doesn't say. Is there a... No? Maybe I'm blind. I feel like I'm blind. Paid laborers can provide service for you. Unskilled hirelings do simple grunt work, are untrained, have an expert proficiency, blah, 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 blah. It says what they are, but it doesn't say how much they... Oh, there we go. Hireling is 1 silver a day. So you cost the same as a horse if you are unskilled. If you are skilled, you cost 5 horses. Yep, that's how we're now communicating the economy of this world. It is now in horses. Yes. How many horses are you worth? 5 horses, please. Oh, that's outrageous. I'll charge you no more than 2 horses. Okay, items and sizes, spells. Oh, here we go. Preparing spells and spontaneous spells. If you're a spontaneous spell, you don't prepare spells in your spell slot. Instead, you choose which spells you're using in the spell. You decide to use it. Okay. All right. No, so there is still that. I just kind of missed over it, so that was fine. Cantrips, spells with power, magical traditions. I like it. They've kept with the original spellcasting categories. Although, honestly, I feel as though illusion and enchantment can kind of sort of go together. I mean, I've just always felt that way, but because it always gets missed. It always gets glossed over. But I guess if with Paizo in particular working with the Pathfinder setting, you wouldn't want to separate them because you've got the 7 Rune Lords of Sin and you've got, 8 of these. So, I mean, why would you want to consolidate them? Alright, so auditory, morphing spells, polymorph spells, summon spells, visual spells, cat spells, spells that climb on rocks. And each spell now has a extended period of time that it takes to cast based on how many components you need. So if you have 0, 1, 2, or 3. I love the little symbol that they've got there. I'm sure they mean something. But it is very interesting. Lots of spells. Let's see how many spells. Whew. Mercy. Ooh. Sorry, back to that picture. Oh, that is badass. Okay. Damn. So many cool pictures. So many familiar pictures. Like that one's from the Mythic Adventures one. Enlarge can be heightened to huge things. What? Hang on, no, I gotta go back and see that. Okay, hang on, wait. Enlarge. The target grows to a large size. Its equipment grows with it, but it returns to its natural size if removed. The creature's sluggish. The creature's sluggish 1. Increase range by 5 foot. Gains +2 additional damage. Okay, it's much more simpler. Heightened. Instead grows to size huge. As level 4, but you can get up to 10 creatures huge. Jesus! Holy hell! I wonder if that works with small, because now it just says to huge size. So if you have a goblin, you can just use that and still advance it to goblins. Like, you know, yeah, it's not like a medium to huge. It can be a small to huge. It can be diminutive to huge. You know, you could use it on your dog. If you can't, you know, yeah. Whoa, the possibilities. All right. Possession, that's another good one that I really like. Primal Hero. So there's some new ones mixed in here as well, by the way, I'm noticing. So there are some old ones, some reimagined ones, some similar ones, and of course, some who have been consolidated into various ideas. So I like that. They've definitely put out a really good foundation, and there is enough here that no spellcaster should want for anything. Ooh, what's this? Rituals. Okay. Consecrate is now a ritual. Okay, so we got some interesting things. Commune, yeah, okay. All right, cool. I'm definitely going to be looking deep into rituals more when that hits. Archetypes. Cavalier! Yay! Cavaliers are an archetype. Cleric archetype. What? Okay. Grey Maiden archetype. Ooh. Ooh, that's sexy. Pirate archetype. Rogue archetype. Wizard archetype. Now, by the way, the rogue, wizard, etc., they're their answer to multi-classing, evidently. That's kind of, if it shares the name with the class, it's supposed to be the multi-class option. Or at least what they want you to take. Animal companion, here we go. Alright, so this is there's a whole chapter on animal companions, which is good. Then the deities, which look all familiar. I'm just taking another look, just in case someone died. Nope, we're good. Playing the game, information on how to play, the checks, the attacks, dying areas, perceptions, which again I will go into when I do my coverage. I like that picture too. Encounter mode, basic actions. What are you? Are you a hobgoblin? Or are you a goblin that's like had an enlarged potion? I don't know, we'll have to find out. Movement, counting, flanking, special battles, exploration mode. So this one will be a lot of fun. Downtime mode, conditions. So what conditions? Bolstered, altering actions, yeah. So accelerated, asleep, blinded, broken, concealed, confused, dazzled, dead, deafened, drained, dying, enervated, enfeebled, entangled, fascinated, fatigued, flat-footed, fleeing, friendly. Oh, cool. So they've actually got rules for friendly. Like, that's actually kind of important because so many times people make you friends and they don't do anything. Hampered, helpful, hostile, immobile, indifferent, paralyzed, persistent, damage, petrified, prone, quick, restrained, sensed, sick, slowed, sluggish, stunned, stupefied, unconscious, unfriendly, unseen. Cool. All right. So it looks like they're addressing a whole bunch of kind of vague terms that were in Pathfinder version 1. Stages and onsets. That looks like it is the beginnings of the Starfinder versions of diseases and poisons, which is going to make them a lot more deadly. So be aware of that, guys. If you haven't tried it before, go try poisons and diseases in Starfinder, because woof, that's a nasty thing. Game mastering, how to prepare a game, sharing responsibilities, running modes of gameplay, downtime, buying and selling, DCs, appropriate DCs. Trivial tasks. Okay, cool. So there's the thing right there. The pre-order. No, the PDF is not part of the pre-order. The PDF is currently available on the Paizo website in the playtest section there. You should be able to find it, hopefully, and download it at your discretion. Ordinary tasks, rewards, environments, stuff like that. Treasure! Lots of treasure. Loot and treasure. Here we go. Party treasure by level. Okay, so this is what they should have. Okay, cool. So it's almost half. Like it's not even half of what you would normally earn. So they've just lowered the massive economy as well. So, okay. So that's pretty cool. treasures, lots of treasure. Here too, lots. Snares. So these snares are what the ranger will get to deal with. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Okay, 1 moment. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, my editor is outside. I will go and retrieve him. Stay tuned because I will almost finish. Okay. Apologies for that. Yes. Okay. So we'll wrap this up because I'm going to be walking through a more detailed version and then hopefully having them out later on. Yes. No, the poor editor. I left him out there and he sent me a message on the phone and he's like, "I'm outside." No, he's good. He's good. He's awesome. All right. Poisons, alchemical poisons, exposures, different types of contacts. Bestial generation, anti-plague. Yep. So, okay. So lots of alchemical stuff now. The issue here is that it seems as though poisons and alchemical reagents are still incredibly costly. For example, a dose of anti-plague costs 2 gold. Where at level 5 it costs 15 and level 10 it costs 110. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a good thing, and I suppose if an alchemist gets a discount on it, it'll be great, but I don't know how I feel about alchemical items being so costly compared to, say, mundane items, because I've always viewed alchemical gear as mundane, like it's supposed to be a alternative for magic items, but if it costs as much as a magic item, why would you want to use it? Okay, so more mutagens, more potions, elixirs, things like that. Runes. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Here we go. Armor potency, weapon potency. So this is the stuff I'm really looking forward to. So instead of actually enchanting your armor and weapons to give them static bonuses, you now craft them with better efficiency. Property runes. So that's kind of cool. So you can add. So the runes are now your weapons and abilities that you would normally enchant with them. So that's kind of cool. Magic items and the use of magic items, which obviously also includes the resonance stuff. And the catalog, which is... Okay, cool. Belt of this. Braces of armor. Bestial mutagen. Yes, there is several different forms of the bestial mutagen. Belt of giant strength. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So the belts and stuff like that now give you extra bonuses. But I'm noticing that there is a belt of strength, but there isn't a belt of dex. So I wonder where dex is gone. Let me see if I can find it. Was there a circlet of something? No circlet of something. Caddy Cloak, Dagger Venom, Demon Mask. Oh, interesting. Okay, so maybe they've taken out those. I like the word resonance, but I'm not sure about it. I mean, I think resonance should be used for magic items. I think it should be used for use magical device stuff. But I don't know about consumable items. I've never been a fan of that. I think it's a dangerous idea, but I'm definitely willing to give it a go, especially for a playtest. 100% willing to give it a go. Gloomblade, Goggles of the Night. Yeah, I can't seem to find any static bonus things. Here we go. Headband of Inspired Wisdom. See, as soon as I say it, I better look for it. So we got the Headband of Wisdom, the Belt of Strength. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I've missed something, because I am going through this very quickly. Mail of Luck. No. No, mesmerizing, maybe bad, maybe not. No, doesn't seem to be. Does not seem to be at all. Potions of this. So lots of potions now. Rhino hide, ring of counterspelling. Nope. Yeah. Although the rings are now kind of put into that same category, which is kind of cool. Honestly, if this is all of them, including rings, wands, staves, and all that, there is actually quite a limited amount of magic items. But I think just from a cursory glance, these are a lot more tangible. They're a lot more utility based. So rather than having a whole bunch of stuff that just gives you static bonuses like +1 armor, +1 stat, +1 this, +1 that, it looks as though a lot more of these items are geared towards just fun, utility based, and interesting things. Whereas your stats and stuff like that are kind of left reasonably untouched. I like this idea. One thing I don't like about Pathfinder First E is how much people chase stat boosts, whereas not being able to, I think, is a good direction. So I'm pretty happy about that. All right, so traits. So I believe these are just the traits for items and things. The glossary for the term, the index, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, the character sheet. All right, let me see if I can give that the old flippity floop. Haha! Flippity floop. All right, there we go. I think that'll maybe do it. Let me just take a. Oh no, that's terrible. Give me 2 seconds. Let me whip and whip. All right, there we go. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna shrink it. Again, my editor is outside, not in here, because you know I need him. Okay, so that's what the character sheet looks like. Oh wow. Okay, I like the dots. I'm simple. I'm a simple person. Squares frighten me. Circles make me feel comfortable and safe. So I like that. Yeah. No, looks pretty solid. Feats and skills, feats and abilities, bulk. Yeah, pretty standard. Spells. Lots of spells. Lots of places for spells. And that's it. All right. Cool. Well, thank you very much, guys, for joining us for this look at the playtest and things like that. I, again, will be doing a video on pretty much everything in the playtest, and hopefully, like, literally I'm doing it right now because the editor will come in and whip me into shape. So until next time, guys, if you have any questions regarding the playtest and stuff like that, leave them on either here in chat or on Facebook, and I'll get to it and make sure that goes onto my list of things to playtest in the coming weeks. On Saturday-ish, I'm going to be filming a playtest run-through with some very near and dear friends of mine, including Guy from How to Be a Great Game Master, as well as Jono from the Windswift Adventures. I do miss Jono. Jono, I couldn't do something without Jono, so I dragged him along, as well as a couple of other guys from my show. Hi, Esmeralda. Yes, you are, but that's okay. If you have a question, you can ask it right now, really quickly. I've got like 2 seconds before I have to run off. But yeah, so we've got that coming up in the works. So stay on Facebook as well. Be very active, because I am going to be looking for people, as many people as I can, to run as many playtests as I can. And I have every intention to bring you into my game and sit down and have a great time testing the living hell out of Pathfinder's 2nd edition playtest. So that's it from me. If you want to check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/AskAPathfinder. If you want to talk to me directly and chat at length about the Pathfinder's playtest, then hit me up on Discord at discord.me/AskAPathfinder. Or, again, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, do all that other stuff. I don't know. I'm not really good at this sort of thing live. So there you go. Thanks, man. I will definitely not get caught by the mind warps. And, guys, as always, from me here at Ask a Pathfinder, make sure that you keep your dice rolling and your ideas stay mind-worm free. Have a good one.